Well, fesgur ma harstin is Misha Heather McLean, agus a lé kosher galig ilia glasahu, falsche orif chun oichi chroniche a hasho, ar concert loinje. Ha mi an dochus gun koste reef. Good evening, everybody. My name is Heather McLean, and on behalf of the Glasgow Isla Gaelic Choir, welcome to this special night, our virtual concert. I hope that you enjoy it. This has, of course, been a very strange and trying year for all of us. We would have had no idea this time last year when we were welcoming our audience to our annual concert that in a year's time we would be under lockdown, having been unable to meet for practices, social events or performances for almost a year. We would dearly love to be performing for you tonight in our usual venue at Westerton Hall, but we're just as excited to welcome you on Zoom for a slightly different celebration tonight. And of course, we have the advantage of being able to perform to some members of our audience who are not usually able to come to our annual concerts. Now, it's a tradition at our annual concert for the president of the choir to give a speech detailing the choir's performances and activities throughout the year. Well, this year will obviously be a little different. That said, we have had a surprisingly busy year considering that we've not been able to meet in person. We were absolutely determined to keep going with our usual Monday meetings, which we felt were more important than ever, given the social isolation we all faced. And I'm sure every choir in the land who's been dealing with Zoom practices will attest that they're quite difficult to manage, but we have persevered. And in between practices, we've also had a string of social occasions and special events, including ceilidhs, quizzes, a Christmas party, Christmas carol night and a burn supper. We even had a murder mystery evening, which was the brainchild of our fantastic conductor, Kirstine, and her husband, Ian, where members of the choir were able to display their acting skills and we all turned into sleuths for the night. Kirstine also channeled her creative skills into writing and producing a fantastic Christmas pantomime called Cinder Ailey, which was brilliantly performed by our choir members and gave us all a much needed night of fun and laughter. The choir was also delighted to take part in a virtual performance for BBC Alaba's Hogmanay celebration, alongside singers from Gaelic choirs all over Scotland and beyond. The masked choir performance of Marianne Kennedy's version of Her God Alav was something quite special, I think, for all of us in a year that's been very difficult for the performing arts, both for amateur performers and, of course, to a much greater degree for professional artists. As the year crept by and we approached the time when we would begin preparing for our annual concert, we were determined that we wouldn't let the coronavirus pandemic stop us from bringing our music to our friends and supporters. So we decided to move our concert online this year. We've been working very hard behind the scenes to produce some exciting pieces for tonight, and we hope that you're just as excited to see them. Although our ability to sing and perform together has been removed this year, we do consider ourselves a choir family, and we've stuck together as much as possible this year to support each other through these difficult times. One such moment came when Fiona Ray decided that after over 60 years in the choir, time was right to hang up her tuning fork. We had a celebration night for Fiona in December, and she will be greatly missed from the weekly practices and competitions, but she will always remain a great friend to the choir. The turn of the year also presented a particularly difficult time for our choir family when we learned of the passing of one of our members, Ian Young, on the 1st of January. Ian was a long-standing member of the choir who will be much, much missed by us all, but who also leaves us with many joyful memories. And we continue to send Ian's wife, Ruby, who's also a choir member, all our love and support. Our choir family grew a little this year when Claire Ann Penman and her husband welcomed a baby boy in January. We were also delighted to hear that Neil and Catherine Murray became grandparents again in February. And as I speak, we're waiting for some important news from the O'Neill and Campbell households. Alison and Jamie O'Neill are preparing for the imminent arrival of their first child, which will make Elizabeth and Malcolm Campbell new grandparents and Claire Campbell an auntie. We wish Alison all the very best and we can't wait to hear her news. And now I'm sure you're all ready for us to get started with tonight's performances. So I'm going to hand you over to Sheila Sinclair, our Bianlan Thai this evening. Sheila, as many of you will know, hails from Connell, and she grew up in a family steeped in Gaelic culture and the traditional music scene. She conducts the Oban Gaelic Choir, who were the winners of the Lovat and Tullabardine Shield at the 2015 Mod. Sheila is an extremely talented and much admired musician, composer and teacher, and she was nominated for Composer of the Year at the 2018 Scots Trad Music Awards. She was also responsible for the beautiful arrangement sung by the Alapa Choir when they represented Scotland at the Eurovision Choir Contest in 2019. We are so delighted that Sheila has agreed to join our celebration tonight. Now, I'm going to ask you all to unmute so that we can give Sheila a big hand and welcome her to our concert.
Just leave it.
As Heather was just saying there, Fáilte bhlá chríola de bhuile chun na concert line kosher Gaelic ílach waschu. Ha me cho tálachte bhí seo nach choiríh agus míle taingeh ule or son mainach. That was a great list of things that the choir has been up to this year. It's fantastic. I'm taking wee notes here for ideas for Oban Gaelic Choir. I'm just going to pinch some of your ideas. You've got some great ideas there. So it's been a busy year despite being on the Zoom this year. So I'm delighted to see everybody here. I have to admit that when Kirstine asked me to be pen and tie, I was a little nervous because it's not something I'm used to. I very much spend my life behind an accordion. So this is new for me, but thank you very much for asking me. And I feel a little less nervous now. I've seen all the friendly faces online. So it's lovely to see you all here. Without further ado, I will ask our first performer to get ready. I think we're going to have Pushnaga Edafib, a tune or two on the pipes from Angus MacLeod. And there's MacLeod a Barai.
Just go back, Ashton. Hi, Matt, I guess I'm just making sure that I've got the mute button off so I don't just start piping, but it seems to have some nodding heads, so that's all good. I'm going to play a wee March of Spain Neil. First tune is Don McLean of Lewis, and then Creek of Ottich and The Ferryman. So here we go.
Scannell, wasn't that good? Great way to start the night. A few tunes on the pipes. I hope it got your feet tapping. It certainly got mine tapping. We're going now to a video of the choir. It's going to be lovely. I'm really looking forward to hearing the choir. I think especially in this time in Zoom, we're missing hearing all the harmonies and voices around us, so it will be lovely to hear the choir. And this is a great Isla anthem. I'm sure it's an anthem for the choir themselves, Moloch na Lawnday. I think this is a video from the 2015 Glasgow Isla Association gathering. Kirstein's given me a wee bit of information to let you know what we're going to be watching. So it was a film of a trip to Isla in 1963, and it was recently sent to the choir by a former member, Alistair McNeil. It's great with the choirs how people stay in touch no matter if they're not in the choir anymore. It's a great choir family, isn't it? So here we go, I think, with the film of Moloch na Lawnday. Beautiful to hear the choir, and great footage as well. I really enjoyed watching the footage there. That was fantastic. So we'll just move on to our next performer. So Anish, Marina Nikloj, finalist in the gold medal in Glasgow in 2019, and also a winner at the virtual mod last year. Wasn't it great that the mod was able to go ahead and in some shape or form online? We're all getting good at this online carry on. So delighted to ask Marina to sing, and I think Marina will let you know what she's going to sing.
Yeah. We're in time, Sheila's. Like many other folk here tonight, I'm sure we're all missing singing together. So please join in with me, because this is a song I know you'll all know. Okay, so sing along with me. It was originally an Irish Gaelic song, and it was translated to Gaelic just about 30 years ago. So it's very beautiful. A chalin yalin. A chalin yalin ganduk min graxe. Shein es alien a blas nan rods. Guni vi live rooms and doors a chami. En God duske gis mina munar. Skine noare små vrån. Bimos moanchin rafalin yourself. Egimit vuamses sedain malon. Echalin yalin ganduk migragut. Ignamu honim always mostar. Saperum se curtum agraciam. Spimisha vor canava cry. Nach chiculum se alin, cuscieri bracha fiorstron, Henning kjogut marjama kvarsi. Smargunes mjari hem truken jan. Echalin yalin ganduk min gragut. Shinin esalin abwas nanos. Guni vi live rooms and doors a chami. Echalin yalin stufam ogron.
Oh, Catholic, good of head, Marina. That Vashid Alin, Stillim Gemod and Torrington. I love that song. I was just reading about it recently, actually. Arthur Cormack had posted online that he was singing it himself, and he was telling folk online that he had the song translated from Irish Gaelic and into Scottish Gaelic. He had heard the song when he was over in Ireland, which I hadn't known. I've known the song for a long time, but I never knew that Arthur got it translated. So that was great that he did. Thank you very much, Marina. That was beautiful. What have we got next? We have Dorothy Kennedy. Dorothy and her sister are both in the choir and from Lewis. And this is of the late Angus and Arthur. Sorry, can't read. Agnes and Arthur Mackay are well known for singing their own humorous songs. So Dorothy, what would you like to give us tonight?
Well, our connections were really Heros actually. We've got a slight loose connection, but we like to maintain that we're Heros. But I'm actually going to sing a song from Barra, Fakal Barra, which is one of my favourite songs. So I thought I would sing that. And I'm actually playing the piano instead of the guitar, if that's okay. Okay. So she fing nach me vachin, smochriaski volon. A torst mochuri cheerdam jaun, zijn glaum, zijn romiok. Guren kalarkich action shias, struliani bras vosron. Ze sture kurst on artan hier, ze trial gumontreon. Vamos ria brut nam kalm, is heel goed ruim o jor. Nirvana hela na neer, a kiere arms na njol. Va fer jo shoots av el movian, ga hela kusa hjol. Santilan salen jevi grian, varo movian smiok. Action parantan arje, gach feris je volon. Aguya gach lais eich gian an evad bron. Sie sture koers na larental, gucheer nam bags na no. Guelen varai cheer mograi, van duur mi maraho.
Half alive, Dorothy. That was great. Thank you. A great Kaylee song that I hope that everybody was singing along there. And Gemma Talent playing a clúiche piano agus a shine together at the same time. Well done. I find that difficult. I'm not very good at remembering words. I know I shouldn't say that being taking a choir, but so when I'm concentrating on chords and thinking of the words, no, I'm better at one or the other. Thank you very much, Dorothy. That was great. We're going to go on to our the choir's special guest for the evening now. This performer needs absolutely no introduction, I'm sure, from me, but he's just a great all-round performer. He's got a multi-instrumentalist, great singer, plays the pipes and the fiddle and the piano. Any others, Ewan?
Oh, we'll leave it at that.
But not only that, I'm just going to show you how much of a fan I am here. I've got his CDs up there ready. So there's not only is he a multi-instrumentalist, but he's been a bit of an internet sensation at times as well. With his, did everybody see his go-to instruction manual for how to pack your bag for going to the mod on Facebook? I don't know if you saw that, but he had a bag that was bigger than Mary Poppins' bag anyway. It had a few instruments and a few bottles in there. I'm not sure that there were any clothes to wear for the week, but it was plenty full anyway. So Ewan, we're going to ask Ewan Henderson to perform now, and I'm sure Ewan will let you know what he is going to play. Thank you.
Mór an tainge híris agus fescar mar an húla duine ha stíadach scoine le bhín ar cúteach gannach, cum in dachas go bhfuil go dáil, and Hammy Dullahosh le Porsnaga Ireneal. I'm going to start with a couple of tunes on the fiddle for you tonight, and a couple of 6/8 marches. The first is keeping in with the Isla theme. It's going to be Leaving Port Ascog, which at this time when we can't even get to go anywhere, never mind leave anywhere, it feels kind of unfortunate to be thinking of that kind of thing. But Leaving Port Ascog is the first tune, and then going to carry on with a 6/8 by Pipe Major John McClellan from Dunoon called Glenstriven. So if you're lucky enough to have a partner to hand, feel free to go for a Gay Gordons or a Eva 3-step or something. Here we go, after 2. 1, 2. I'm going to sing a song for you just now that I'm sure plenty of you will know. It's a good Kaylee song. It's kind of a love song, but the upshot of it is if you're going to chat someone up, be sure and do it in Gaelic, not in English. That's the moral of the story. So, Buan Yaranich tu Vachete. Fide Father Ho Royali, Fide Father Ho Royale, Fide Father Ho Royali, Buan Yaranich tu Vachete. Skimbi Kinakam Invaden. Mare hacher millimeter, Mare hacher miri mali buonje ranichte wachete fide fade horo yawi fide fade horo ele fide fade horo yawi buonje ranichte wachete Heun minum töve vai, schud mi faciades verle, rekeri le gruim segalik, verdoch hanen, spek mus beshit, fide fade horon yawi, fide fade horo ele, fide fade horo yawi, buonje ranichte wachete. Valin apirium chotaden, Shamoav nachirich betet, Wahern yevaya chuar mi marach, Sedegalik hamijeel, Fide fade horon yawi, Fide fade horo ele, Fide fade horo yawi, buonje ranichte wachete. Van heljen bluse varich, schön lekadems miganestjuk, saunen schön huer min jawig, halak te wachete, fide fade horon yawi, fide fade horo ele, fide fade horo yawi, buonje ranichte wachete. Boerentank, toch ik er als je zin houden.
I think it was great to hear Tuv Lochecha there. I'm sitting looking out my window, although I can't see it, it's in the dark, but I am sitting looking out onto Lochecha in my front room here, in my sitting room here. It's a great song, love that song. And also just to say that actually I had a bit of an alternative motive for having you in CD at the ready, because he released a CD called Ewan Henderson Sings Gaelic, and on the internet, on Facebook, whoever's on Facebook, for a wee while there was a bit of a crack going around where people had the CD and Ewan putting the CD, singing him in some very funny places, and it was a bit of a good crack. So I think that possibly maybe there wasn't a Ewan Shine Gaelic Zoom. So I'm just going to take a wee picture, if Ewan doesn't mind, to get Ewan Henderson Sings Gaelic Zoom. If I can get this in. Can I do this? I'll try. I'll take another one just in case. Hopefully this will come out.
I'm going to hire Sheila's to do all my PR from now on. This is brilliant.
So yes, do purchase the CDs. They're pretty good. Thank you, and that was great. Kirstine, over to Kirstine.
Okay, thanks, Sheila. We wanted just to have a wee look through the crowds and the pages that we could see people, and just give a warm welcome to one or two people. in particular. There are, as far as I can see, and this is where it's very tricky, and we're bound to leave somebody out, but I can see members from the GG, the Govan, Cumbernauld, Lothian, Oban, Stirling, Edinburgh, Saltire, and Mull. Now, I may have insulted somebody by not mentioning them, and they are very welcome to put a bit up on chat. We also are very pleased to see some former members. We've got Jimmy Warnock and Etta, and Fiona Ray, Sheila Naismith, Helen Pearson tuning in from Oban, and we're very pleased to see from Campbelltown, great doyen of conducting, Rybert McCallum. I would also like to mention my cousin Carolyn, who's near Washington in America, and she's watching. Bronwyn Curry is all the way from Isla. And Teresa Irving is, of course, here from Barra. So I'm sure there's a few more that I have missed. If anybody has caught sight of Margaret Drury from Canada, we thought she was coming along, then do let us know. And meanwhile, a big warm welcome to you all from wherever you are. And back to you, Sheila. Oh, Jane McQueen is just saying that Margaret Drury is here. So a huge welcome to Margaret, who was a member of the choir, a year or two ago, I think, Margaret. Okay, it's great to see you. Thanks, Sheila. Large Gaelic choir as well.
Thank you, Kirsty. That's amazing. That's just great that there's so many different people from all over tuning in for the choir concert. It's just fantastic. So our next performer on the programme here is, well, it's performers, I should say, is a duet from Violet and Moira Langston. Have we got Violet there?
It's Moira.
Ah, Moira.
Hi.
Thank you, Moira.
So at one of the Kayleys that we had, my mum and I managed to do a duet over Zoom. The internet's proving a bit tricky for us, so I had to do it slightly differently, but I'm hoping it'll still work. So we'll give it a go. It's Himi na Morvia, and Kirsty kindly arranged it for us.
Oh, he na morgana, oh, he na kargana, oh, he na karagan, he na skarf of your. He mi gundal, falches andra vegni,
Kurram falches a gan in a hookus me, Jomi and I grana rukum, nach rikin
nach nor. Oh, he na morgana, oh, he na kargana, oh, he na karagan, he na skarf of your. He na kailchen, he na darachen, he na magan, banes tarichen, he na fei, na magan karachen, tarichen truskan jehyo. Oh, he na morgana, oh, he na kargana, oh, he na karachen, he na skarf of your. Bjantigen artes jakan,
Sluiven en kani skade klakken, Søtrum og heim, allem kan feiking, It's the lim I takken med John.
Oh, he na morgana, oh, he na kargana, oh, he na karachen, he na skarf of your.
to do a duet on Zoom. I hadn't thought about doing that, the video and then singing it up. Very good, very well done. Thank you. That was great. So next on our programme is another slot from the choir. So as those of us in choirs, there's most people on tonight are probably in choirs, I think, and you'll know that over Zoom it's tricky getting recordings together. We had to go at one ourselves, and there's been a few choirs having a go, and I'm delighted that Glasgow Isla has done the same as well, and they have all recorded their own parts, and then it's been put together by some technical wizardry from Alexander Dugdale. It's Donna's, and Donna's in the Mull Choir. I'm sure most of you'll know Donna. She's a fabulous singer as well. So her son Alexander is a whiz on the computers, and he's been putting the video together. He's only 15, and he's been putting this video together for the choir. I'm really looking forward to hearing it, and it is Calling Morunse.
Well done.
Jennifer, indeed. Well done the choir. It's not easy getting a recording when you're used to singing in a choir and you're used to all the voices around you, and then suddenly you're asked to sing your own part onto a video. It can be quite nerve-wracking, and I just want to congratulate everyone for doing that. I know from my own choir and own experience of doing it that it was quite tricky as well. Just the technology, getting used to what you were to do where as well. Just when do you put your earphones in, when do you plug in, when do you press record and all that. So well done in the technology, and a great recording and some lovely footage as well from Isla there. And well done. I think maybe another round of applause, if that's okay with Heather, for everyone to unmute. Another round of applause as well to Alexander for putting it all together. That was no mean. Our next performer is going to be Ruth Oliver. I think Hamis Munich Ruth a Butte or maybe a Furich and a Butte in lockdown. So Ruth is going to be doing a reading. So we're looking forward to hearing this, Ruth.
Fescama, everybody. I was in Butte. I'm back at home now. Came home to get my vaccination. Okay, so Shaw, Root San Hospital, Lee Meg Bateman. Kerkel Herkel, Ní do Corric Mowrickish. Soul nach Jaik me, Kjol nach Klein me. Beek Veek, Haan Koch Vala. A strip, Rish and Uer. Curi me do Lav, Farmo Glunia. Shar go Falav. Is hadw corp nam garstinen marluik. Borenek traum uste. A taring gun iste truna strachen durike. Gimnik vovuala and tai spati. Fulingus is fehev. Och, am fehev sam fulingus. Och, usa. Mai gaina yia. Tap life.
Thank you very much, Ruth Taflet. That was lovely. It's nice hearing the different things. It's nice hearing songs and tunes, and then getting readings and stories at Akeli is always fantastic as well. So thank you for that. Next on our programme, we have Hannah and Rachel McLeod, who are Marina's daughters. So looking forward to hearing what Hannah and Rachel are going to be doing.
Measure Hannah, I measure dol a hain, chuking loom harsala. Chuking loom harsala. No kuchir mo kraisa. Chuking no ler huarst loom. Daniela no anyesalia. Chuking loom harsala. He obeyed the Kalion, Skuralas deres marsko. He uskurnen gilenon, Glamik eskur hjarlich, Chuking loom harsala. Each me vatar jurinish is he utun ikyajan. He umulahulinish ne mejanens do no still. Chuking loom harsala. Jirimina bjanten vat. Hueragos kjones nahech, Hiuruehuneshas, Glaunukes gregen jarlesh, Chuking loom harsala. Hiufuat na kladien, Lostafan jesper lanam, Snetaini Rinne bristeach bóiach an, is láine ruigu traian, Trúgin lúm harsala. No go téir mo graise, Trúgin lúm ler chuars blúm, Donne lanu aine salje, Trúgin lúm harsala.
I was just going to ask, who did we have there? Who's who? So we've got Hannah and Rachel. Who's who?
I'm Rachel, and that was Hannah.
Excellent, good. Oh well, that was just brilliant. Really enjoyed that, and really looking forward to hearing you as well, Rachel. So thank you very much, Rachel.
Niskana is Mr. Rachel as Mr. Dolhain, Wishing Working. Wishing Working yo he, Wishing Working yo ho, Bialan and every hoi, Better fella when the show. I'm gonna yo he, Vergeri yo ho, Happy yo he, Grina yo. Suesaheta hohi, Rikrehewa oho, Snakwutramuhi, Rishinelwan. Hueshin koskla hohi, Makantoshi hoho, Velgatema hohi, Skiven kota boy. Wishing working yo he, wishing working yo ho, Bialan and every hohi, Bitter fella blanket yo.
Oh wow! Dierig, u was nog maar upper daar heen het lee. Just fantastic. You're just got great voices, so clear and so true. Love that. Really good. Thank you. I'm sure everybody really enjoyed that. Thank you both. So up next. Oh, and now, yes, I don't think this guy really needs much introduction to the Glasgow Isla choir. I'm sure you all know who John Joe McNeil is. John Joe Barry. He did sing with the Glasgow Isla Choir, and I'm afraid we pinched him. He made a move and came to Oban, and was working in Oban, and we were lucky enough for him to join our choir. So apologies that we pinched him, but we were very glad to have him in the choir. So welcome, John Joe, and I'll pass it over to you to tell everyone what you're going to sing.
Happily at the healers. I don't think Kirsten's forgiven you yet. Ha ma effecting your fat noch is tapel of Kjerahini or son Mia. Thank you very much for inviting me. So lovely to see so many friendly faces. I'm going to sing a song from Barra that's not so well known. Just to give you a very quick history of the song, it was written by one of the village bards called Callum Roy, or Callum Ruag. And he was a very well-known village bard at one time, and he wrote the song for Northby Hall when it opened. And in the song, he talks about going along to the opening dance of Northby Hall, and he's seeing all of the boys, all of the lads, and they've got the pick of the ladies. And unfortunately, he can't lay a hand on any of them because he's married. But even more complicated than that, if he takes the risk of going anywhere near a lady, there's a great line in it that says, "Be chingan and blue ekisha, all the tongues will be wagging and they'll be telling the story." I'm going to put the chorus into the chat for you if you fancy singing along. You'll pick it up, it's very easy. So here's the song just now, Bíamh Gesúndach Liom Sanoch. And we'll play a wee bit of piano along with this as well and see what happens. gesondig leum se nacht, Bilgesoch het kainal, Gianuer mide din ac yn cod, se chwler rydog bilainie. Hwyd mi jaw chwreg y iwsi y fal, y fachgus y fag y mwysiad, Triwedd yn syfadyn y stad yn gochgad, Sien gemar sy'n bad yr einau. Biw gesondig leum sy'n moch, Biw gesoch gydd kainal, Gianwr midedd i ni'n ac yn cod, Sy chwler y dog bilainie. Smische wat dulich net chami gan val, nach dwg mi mo faddi nawn, Myn danig wat in gyromi marchach, Gynrybiad y gan a trimi. Biw gesondig leum sy'n moch, Biw gesoch gydd kainal, Gianwr midedd i ni'n ac yn cod, Sy chwler y dog bilainydd. Nid chryniad hwles y hosich yn spors, Ba chwle fed colydd i ni'n ac, Nach sylsif pein ach maganyerog, Y gytys y chrog y hinau. Biw gesondig leum sy'n och, Biw gesoch gydd kainal, Gianwr midedd i ni'n ac yn cod, Sy chwler y dog bilainydd. Get Janning Jeddibugs, Jegwbeth na clwys, Fig chengen yn lwa gishe, Na'n glwynio yn ac yn fieg i ffogrwaim, Bergo fi lwa sy'n clied. Biw gesondig leum sy'n och, Biw gesoch gydd kainal, Gianwr midedd i ni'n ac yn cod, Sy chwler y dog bilainydd. Biw gesondig leum sy'n och, Biw gesoch gydd kainal, Gianwr midedd i ni'n ac yn cod, Sy chwler y dog bilainydd. Tack Felicia.
Fantastic as always. Vashid Scandal John Joe. Great song, good sing-along song. I was seeing lots of people singing along there. That's a good one. I'll need to learn that one for the box for some from a sets of Gaelic waltzes. That's not one I know, so I'll be on to you afterwards for that, a wee recording of that so that I can play it in my Gaelic waltzes set. Thank you, Tapalet John Joe. So next up, performing we have Janet Campbell and Jennifer Campbell. We're getting a duet from Janet and Jennifer. Fantastic. So mother and daughter Janet and Jennifer, both beautiful singers, and also not only that, ensuring the next generation of children get plenty of Gaelic and Gaelic singing. Both fantastic teachers. Janet's done an immense amount of work on Mull, teaching Gaelic singing and choirs and solos, and they're just lucky to have her there to do that. And Jennifer herself is a head teacher as well, so definitely ensuring Gaelic and Gaelic singing going to the next generation. So welcome, Janet.
Hi there. Hello, everyone. This song, Ground Chico, Jennifer and I sang this probably about 10, maybe 15 years ago. And so Jennifer was keen to resurrect it again. So yeah, 200 miles apart, but Heather has done a fantastic job of putting it together, and hopefully it will sound okay. Hope you enjoy it, everyone.
Oh, Ho Arlene, Bashid, Ho Arlene. I love Jennifer and Janet's voices together. They're just so beautiful. Ho Silja, I guess. Ho Bria, Ho Arlene. Thank you. Janet, I guess, Jennifer. Thank you. So next in our program, we have another virtual choir. So not only have we've had one already, and we're having another virtual choir, another one put together with the choirs all in their own homes and put again together by Alexander. So this is fantastic. And this time it's going to be Highland Cathedral.
Lovely.
Abed Kosher, what a choir. Thank you so much. That was great. It is not easy putting these virtual recordings together, so well done, Skinnerlane, everyone. Now, what have we got next in the programme? My programme has just hidden behind my Zoom file here. Here we go. So, we have a beautiful solo coming up from Claire Macaulay. Claire was a Mod Gold medalist in 2019 in Glasgow. So very much looking forward to hearing Claire tonight. Welcome, Claire, and thank you.
I'm not square Hi everyone, hope you can hear me all right. Really missing you all. So it's been a whole year since I've seen the choir. I think it was our last concert. That's when I saw all of you last. And it's been a very odd year, but it's lovely that we have the opportunity through Zoom to come together. And thank you very much for asking me to sing as well. I've got a very busy house, so I've warned all the children to keep away until I'm finished. So hopefully there won't be any interruptions. I'm going to sing a song. I haven't sung this before, but it's a song by Sandy Filet or Alexander Mackenzie from Point. He wrote this for his uncle who had emigrated to Canada, and he wanted to take his ashes, well, not his ashes, he wanted to take body back to Lewis one day. That was his hope, and have it buried in Point. It's on an album that Calamalic Macmillan released, I think in 2017. Calamalic's from Point himself. So a Lewis song to even up the bara contributions. Nam fai chalong o gan kuvinye naulu farvel do vainche nyalan yoish es revin henang en kwach na hayu muskachli nei faren Romeo. Jesus er borteinj bewaak joling, es riking joes buskebak blis, es revin Canada, machafale, na Jesus barer, es anajay. Senyer, es migas jure, sheshin en koshe, gulonai tua. Yekash ne kaile, gukyan en champan, gutayir vitbar, diraim nestor. Idol hiadar gurmi vichianar getashach bliane vongat mier Torshach kumin suasi Harachin tuai skuria vale Ach sturin heni kurshairach Deskain chila kyanavrai Ich doch harten horturen paschgut Siat gat joan gutschach ne knaf Snach biech ma herse O se schnaut in je nach bewegen let Ik nam tovash Chudin shiasu sechatoyin Farnega gutiachil stoven stofasht Nach buvian lat nu gegen lurost Litevne truvedot guvinata Achamin doches gewelle savage Skun konig mi hinrut des rit obrar Faren jech na hoyen es jach leibnes Schaskuden keinyan negaich noah
35. Let's get Claire. That was just gorgeous. Still in more in Todenshin. I'm not as familiar with that song, but I really would like to learn it now. It's just gorgeous, lovely. Thank you very much, Claire. That was beautiful. So next up we have our special guest for the evening back, Ewan. I think is going to. Are you going to play and sing again, Ewan?
Yes, I think I'll start with a song this time, then do a few tunes.
Great stuff.
That's the plan. Well, van mi smúte go táach am stochad áran ílach iechin. Well, áran ílach Glasgow against in the feeding. I thought it was about time I tried an Isla song, but it's a kind of Glasgow Isla song, really, I suppose. And it's one I haven't sung it in ages. We recorded it with Manron, so it'll be a bit weird for me doing it without a rock band, you know. But it's the song by William Machunlever, William Livingston from Isla, who composed it while living in Glasgow. He was a tailor, I believe, and it's his song railing against clearances that happened in Isla in the 1860s, and it's Fís chun a bharst. Agus ríist bhín margáid na Chinese cóidum, I'd be well pleased if you would sing along at home with us as well. It's got the kind of refrain as well, so Fís chun a bharst. Vatin sylyd crianach schynir reigure Han linje slauwen chichen an a huni strin en speer Han wang na heetjes kiewachs chachuskis hier I tav Maar a huer so chonig misje Torsten is ja chone warst Hadem fischa chune warst, hadem fischa chune warst, maar a huer se chonig mische, hadem fischa chune warst. Sja kroenig masje wies en tjeets den de treten wo, de glienen wakken hoekne gans nach koers, nach boen het paar. Le pinche boern en gem charom ranjen jene kach, maar a huer se chonig mische, hadem fischa chune warst, hadem fischa chune warst, hadem fischa chune warst. mar a huair sa chonig mishe hadam fisha chuna vast. Get the runners gahan crane trus nun speer die ban one. Get the here spray your haddies put and one the galmach fo. Heilen jugend den chwrach a valchen fas. Mar a huer sa chonig mishe hadam fisha chuna vast. Hadam fisha chuna vast. Hadam fisha chuna vast. Mar a huer sa chonig mishe hadam fisha chuna vast. Get the hooker vechten na hawa bes kluutje genne met vijgen naar. Bi prachtig ruich na nielig gendosjes gejiele kach. Skap mir un at haar na fadake skuna chana vin bawam na nach. Mar a huer sa chonig mishe hadam fisha chuna vast. Hadam fisha chuna vast, hadam fisha chuna vast. Mar a huer sa chonig mishe hadam fisha chuna vast. Cha chwanya kain shesh na nar an erich le. Schanig gerschaut mar baist ach ur baret feichere. Hoe kan eerst vakri woonat lees na kaich boy marsal. Maar a huer se chonig mishe hadam fisha chuna vast. Hadam fisha chuna vast. Hadam fisha chuna vast. Maar a huer se chonig mishe hadam fisha chuna vast. Chanaien jerkach faske, ja veraster fasche skis. Na seis gewach wuch geestjach gvoeg ik heker geiles kies. An vrech no open no hoelwer varen das. Ne vier war a chonig mishe hadam fisha chuna vast. Hadam fisha chuna vast. Hadam fisha chuna vast. Mar a huer sa chonig mishe hadam fisha chuna vast. Have we al hier geen set voor screen, and I'm going to try a few jigs for you just now to finish off my stint here. The first is The Hens March by Donald MacLeod, then going into Charlie Hunters and finishing with a tune called The Road to Skye.
Well, tafel gemor, Johan. I mean, dag is can doorsit na Cassan Godol, Hulidinia. I hope everybody's feet were tapping at that. Mine certainly were. Great set. I love the Hens March is a favourite tune of mine, and Charlie Hunters as well. That took me back. My dad used to play that tune a lot too. Great set there. Thank you. And Fiskun of Art. That's become another favourite of mine since Oban Gaelic Choir were lucky enough to be able to come on stage at Oban Live and sing along with Manran during Oban Live. It was great fun. Give us a wee taste of what all you guys have been up to with Runrig all these years. You've been able to go and sing live with Runrig, which always looked fantastic. So we got a wee opportunity to do that Oban Live with Manran singing Fiskun of Art. Great song. So thank you, Taflad Gimor, Ewan. So next I am going to introduce the choir vice president. Now I guess a lot of you won't know this, but actually your choir vice president is a great pal of mine. We went to school together and we're great pals through school and have stayed friends ever since. And when I heard that Gordon had joined the Gaelic choir, I just about fell off my seat and onto the floor, but in a good way. It was fantastic to hear that he joined you guys. It was just great. So, Gordon is going to do a few thank yous, I think. So.
I am indeed. I realise, Sheila, that this is the moment you've been waiting for the past 25 years.
It is.
I know, exactly. Yeah, you can share it on whatever social media platform you choose. So hello, hi, my name's Gordon Hodge. I'm the choir's vice president, as Sheila said. And tonight I have the great privilege, actually, of thanking the many people who've made the Glasgow Isla's first ever virtual concert possible. Now, I did learn a wee bit of Gaelic at primary school in Oban, but that wasn't yesterday. And I have learned how to say I'm wet as a cormorant on Duolingo, but I definitely won't manage the whole lot in Gaelic. Nevertheless, I thought it was important to make a bit of an effort tonight. So with apologies to Runich, to the mysterious Gaelic guru who translated this for me, and indeed to Gaelic speakers across the world, here we go. Ha mi ho fluch ri scar. No, hang on. Here goes. Fisker ma raiva harstin. As le kosher Gaelic Eilach Glasgow, Buvalam tanga horsgleif son vi nar kuchaka noch ag a hiad concert Lonia agin. Is Misha Gordon Hodge agus is me Earhian suya na kosher. Kenyelaka mach becken Gaelic, agus risha shin gluashi mi anisha guberla son tang noga a horst shacket. So, as an events manager, I would be really quick to tell you that although virtual events may look easy, they honestly take an army. There are so many people that we'd like to thank for their contribution this evening, and I have to tell you that I'm absolutely blown away with how great and how much fun this evening has been so far, and we're not finished yet. So first thank you goes to our resident piper, Angus MacLeod, for kicking the evening off in style. And next to our amazing soloists, Marina MacLeod, Dorothy Kennedy on the piano, John Joe McNeil with his fabulous dipped doors in his flat, and all the way from Leois, Claire Macaulay, who we miss very much. And of course, our stars of the future, who I can never get enough of, Hannah and Rachel MacLeod, who were just fantastic, as they always are. So that's 3 of the 4 MacLeods. I'm not really sure what Alfie's excuse is. Maybe he's away to the bingo or something like that, but you know, hope to see you soon, Alfie. 2 beautiful duets from our mother-daughter duos, Violet and Moira Langston, and Janet and Jennifer Campbell, and to our secretary Ruth for her wonderful reading. I'm really impressed with how amazing our kind of virtual choir performances were, because as Sheila says, sticking an earphone in and only being able to hear a piano track and yourself singing is fairly horrifying when you're doing it, but I just thought they looked absolutely amazing. Thanks to Alexander Dugdale, a teenage mullock, for working his technical wizardry to put together our virtual performances of Cala Marunsa and Highland Cathedral. We were delighted that so many of our choristers overcame their technophobia, including myself, to record their contributions, and I'm sure you'll agree that they were well worth the effort. Thank you to our fantastic musical guest, Ewan Henderson, for taking the time out of his busy schedule to treat us all to a few tunes of a Friday night. Just during that last set, I was reminded that actually one of the last concerts I went to was Manrand in the Barrowlands in January of 2019. So I'm a wee bit starstruck. I don't know about you all. It was a real treat, Ewan. Thank you. Sincere thanks to my dear friend and school chum, Sheila Sinclair. We used to call her the future of the Sinclair Sounds. Now she is the actual Sinclair Sounds. For joining us from the wilds of Achnacaree, where it's not really wild, the streets are lined with palm trees, to stitch the proceedings together as our Ben and tie. She tells me she's as excited tonight as she was on the stage of the Royal Concert Hall with her mitts and the L&T shield. Thank you, Sheila. Don't worry, everyone, I'm nearly done. We're on the home straight. Tonight simply wouldn't have looked and sounded as good as it did without our president, the unsinkable Heather McLean. Heather has led the Glasgow Isla into the virtual world, making sure that we can stay in touch and access music and other resources online. She's been in the technical gallery tonight, pressing play and hitting mute, making sure everything runs smoothly. She's also behind the wonderful images and videos that accompanied Mollig na Landau, and in a moment, a Runrig medley and the Sam Tune French. Of course, no one would know what we were singing, least of all us, without the expertise and patience of our wonderful Gaelic reader, Rachel McPherson. Tapale Verunich, agus Hamiduli. My final words of thanks are reserved for our conductor, the legendary Kirstine Grant. I'm sure it comes as news to no one that Kirstine is a force of nature, but she truly has gone above and beyond over the past 12 months to keep the Glasgow Isla together. Her determination and innovation to carry on through the most challenging times are so much appreciated by all of us, and have taken us from murder mystery through pantomime to tonight, our very first virtual concert. Thank you, Kirstine, from all of us, for all that you do. And thank you to you, our audience, our supporters, our friends and family near and far for joining us tonight. It's been our pleasure to brighten your Friday evening, and we hope that we can be with you in person again soon. Tapaleva Harshin, Ersona V, Narkucha noch. Hame Dochus, Gudahor, and Concert Driv. Fia Hanish, Gun Kum Shu, Sona Agasabelche. Eras Hutain Hidish.
Well, Tapalat Gordon, that was brilliant. Well done. If we had known, 20 odd years ago in school that we would be a Cayley together, a Gaelic choir Cayley together, I just might not have believed it, but I'm very glad it's happened. So, and well done on your Gaelic as well. That was great. Thank you. Yes, as Gordon said, it takes such a lot of putting a night like this together with all the videos and people giving their time, and for the audience coming in as well, and especially all the work that Kirstine does. So thank you very much indeed. We are going to move on now to see the choir in action again, or hear and see some footage from past events. So the first song is from the choir's tribute to Runrig CD. Glasgow Isla Choir, as you all know, has a long-standing friendship, doing lots of collaborations over the years with Runrig, which is just it's just fantastic. I've seen them perform. I saw them at Runrig's Last Dance in 2018, and it was just magic seeing Runrig up there with the Gaelic choir backing as well. So this is from their tribute to Runrig CD, and with footage from past events that the choir have taken part in, put together by Heather. So thank you very much.
The old boys are all leaving one by one, where young birds go flying. Spread your wings and run, but over the fields by the dry stone walls, an meadlands, St. Valerie behind. No medals worth wasting on memories of sand, but sweet is the breeze over Rossay. The morning awaits you there. Down on the sea, on the feather.
Hafledd gymwyd hwyl ydyn ni. Having Dachas can hard the night Ula. I certainly did enjoy the night and just want to thank Kirstine again for asking me along. It's just lovely to see all the faces and to hear the choir again and to hear such great performances. And thanks also to special guest June Henderson. And thank you to Kirstine for all the hard work behind the scenes and playing the piano and getting the videos organised, and it's no mean feat at all. So thank you very much, everyone.
You're old and historic, evolved and mature, like cask strength whiskey, so strong and so pure. You captured our heart, hold on with some style. Our Highland religion, drip fed as a child, an education of sorts, a mark of respect, to play this old sport help villages connect. For those who've not seen, it is hard to explain just how much pride we have in our game. It's the game of the Gaels, the language of our clans. No police for fear to commandeer the heart of the Cammon man. From the dawn of time, through mist-covered glens, clans once gathered, there were hundreds of men. Now we call time, they'd last many days, wearing full Highland dress with their tartan plaids. For 90 short minutes we contest and collide, and once it's all over, cast difference aside. An offer of hand to greet one another, a nod of respect for your wood-swinging brothers. It's the game of the Gaels, the language of our clans. No place for fear to commandeer the heart of the Cammon man. Once my best friend, my release from life's throes, but now it feels right that I should let go. I've had my time, which is hard to admit. Life ever changing, no time to commit. Oh, but I'll miss to stand as 12 healthy men